Civics, Standard 6th, Chapter number 3, Rural Local Government Bodies. You know, children, local government bodies play an important role in the regulation of social life in our country. Along with local bodies, the union government and the state government also participate in the work of regulation. The local government bodies are broadly classified as rural and urban local bodies. So, children, in this chapter, we will learn about the rural local government bodies that consist the Gram Panchayat, the Panchayat Samiti, and Zilla Parikshit are the rural local government bodies that are collectively known as Panchayati Raj institutions. The administration in our country is carried on at three levels. The administration for the entire country is carried out by the union government. Subjects such as defense, foreign affairs, currency, etc. are the jurisdiction of the union government. And that the second level is the state government. The state government of Maharashtra makes laws related to the law and order, health, education, etc. The local government bodies work at the third level. So, local government bodies consist of two, that is, rural and urban. So, we are going to study in this chapter about the rural local government bodies. What comes under it? The Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, and Zilla Parikshit. So first we are going to study about the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat looks after the administration of the village. If the population of a village is less than 500, two or more such villages come under one Gram Panchayat. It is then called a group Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat carries out the function relating to water, water supply, electricity, registration of births, deaths, and marriages. The office bearers and officers of the Gram Panchayat. So, the first one is Sarpanch. The elections to a Gram Panchayat are held every 5 years. The elected members elect a Sarpanch and deputy Sarpanch from among themselves. The meetings of the Gram Panchayat are held under the chairmanship of the Sarpanch. It is his responsibility to implement the development schemes of the village. The members of the Gram Panchayat can bring a motion of no confidence against a Sarpanch who is not carrying out his responsibilities properly. In the absence of the Sarpanch, who hands over, who does the work? The deputy Sarpanch looks after the work of the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Sevak. Gram Sevak is the secretary of the Gram Panchayat. He is appointed by the chief executive officer of the Zilla Parikshit. His main function is to look after the day-to-day functioning of the Gram Panchayat, to explain its development schemes to the residents of the village, means to the people who are staying in the village. The Gram Sabha. The assembly of all the voters of the village or rural area is the Gram Sabha. It is the most important organization of the people at the local level. It is binding to hold at least 6 meetings of the Gram Sabha in each financial year. How many meetings has to be taken? 6. The responsibility of calling the meetings of the Gram Sabha is with the Sarpanch. In the first meeting of each financial year, every year they have a meeting. So, in the first financial year, the first meeting, the Gram Sabha discusses the annual report and accounts submitted by the Gram Panchayat. The suggestions of the Gram Sabha are conveyed to the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Sabha gives sanction to the development schemes proposed by the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Sabha has the authority to decide upon which individuals deserve the benefits of government schemes. Women's participation in the Gram Sabha. Earlier, only men used to take part, but then later on, women also started taking participation in the Gram Sabha meeting. A meeting of the women of a village is held before the meeting of the Gram Sabha. Here, women feel free to discuss a variety of issues. During the Gram Sabha, they speak with greater concern about issues such as drinking water, prohibition, employment, fuel, health, etc. They also suggest measures for bringing about necessary changes. The source of revenue of the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat carries out many schemes and programs for the welfare of the village. For this purpose, it requires money. The Gram Panchayat raises these funds through different taxes. See, the sources of revenue of the Gram Panchayat: house tax, water tax, tax on weekly market, pilgrimage tax, grants from Zilla Parikshit and state government. So this is how the revenue, the tax has been collected, the fund has been collected. The next is Panchayati Samiti. Panchayat Samiti. All the villages within a taluka form a development block. The body that looks after the functioning of the development block is the Panchayat Samiti. It also acts as a link between the Zilla Parikshit and the Gram Panchayat, how they are connected to each other. The office bearers of the Panchayat Samiti. Elections to the Panchayat Samiti are held every 5 years. After every 5 years, the elections of the Panchayat Samiti are held. The elected members elect from among themselves the chairman and deputy chairman of the Panchayat Samiti. The chairman has the responsibility of calling the meetings and conducting the business of the meetings. Now, in the absence of the chairman, the deputy chairman presides over the meeting. You can see the function of the Panchayat Samiti. Needs for the public, for example, roads, gutters, wells, bore wells. Then health, about the health, vaccinations, whether vaccinations are provided or not for the newborns. Then water supply, providing clean drinking water. Public hygiene, cleanliness of roads, disposals of waste. Agriculture, like helping the farmers improve agriculture and livestock. Education, primary education has been provided. Industries, promotion of handicrafts and cottage industries. Then people's welfare, providing financial aid to the weaker section. So these are all the functions of the Panchayat Samiti. The functions of the Panchayat Samiti. The Panchayat Samiti prepares a plan of the schemes to be implemented in the development block. Now it is a binding of the Panchayat Samiti to hold at least one meeting every month. The Panchayat Samiti receives a certain amount of money from the district funds. It also receives grants from the state government to carry out the development schemes of the development block. The next is Zilla Parikshad. Every district has a Zilla Parikshad. At present, the state of Maharashtra has 36 districts but only 34 Zilla Parikshad. The reason is that Mumbai City District and Mumbai Suburban District do not have a rural population. Therefore, they do not have Zilla Parikshads. The office bearers of the Zilla Parikshad. Elections to the Zilla Parikshad are held every 5 years. The elected representatives choose a president and a vice president from among themselves. Zilla Parikshad. The president of the Zilla Parikshad presides over the meetings of the Zilla Parikshad. He exercises control over business conducted during the meetings. He also controls the financial transactions of the Zilla Parikshad. He has the authority to undertake appropriate expenditure from the Zilla Parikshad's fund. The vice president carries out these duties in the absence of the president. President is elected from among the directly elected members of Zilla Parikshad. Vice President is elected from among the directly elected members of Zilla Parikshad. And members directly elected from the Zilla Parikshad constituencies of the district. Presidents of the Athalik Panchayats, members of House of People and members of Legislative Assembly. These are the members. Chief Executive Officer. The decisions taken by the Zilla Parikshad are implemented by the Chief Executive Officer, that is, we call CEO of the Zilla Parikshad. He is appointed by the state government. Now, how does a Zilla Parikshad function? The work of the Zilla Parikshad is carried out through different committees, the Finance Committee, Agriculture Committee, Education Committee, Health Committee, Water Management and Sanitation Committee, etc. The Women and Child Welfare Committee takes up issues related to problems faced by women and children. So, children, our constitution was amended in 1992 by the 73rd and 74th Amendment Act. These amendments have granted a constitutional status to the rural and urban local government bodies. It has also given them more powers to develop their respective areas more efficiently. The number of subjects under their jurisdiction were also increased in order to enable them to work efficiently. Their sources of revenue have also been increased. Now, these are the functions of the Zilla Parikshad. Education facilities were provided, health facilities like vaccinations have been provided, then electricity, the street lights have been functioned by the Zilla Parikshad. Water supply has been done, then provision of seeds. The seeds have been provided for the farmers for the better agriculture, tree plantations in the village for fresh air. This is a Panchayati Raj system at a glance. Zilla Parikshad has a president, chief executive officer. Panchayat Samiti has chairman, block development officer. Gram Panchayat has Sarpanch and Gram Sevak. So president, chairman and Sarpanch has been elected by elected representatives, and chief executive officer, block development officer and Gram Sevak are appointed by the government. Who can contest elections? In order to get elected to the Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti and Zilla Parikshad, candidates must fulfill certain conditions of eligibility. For example, he or she should be a citizen of India. He or she should have completed 21 years of age. The person's name should be enrolled in the local voters list. These conditions also apply to the urban local government bodies, which we are going to study in the next chapter. So, children, I hope you all have understood this chapter. Here are certain question answers. You have to copy it down in your notebook and study as well. Thank you.